Hello everyone, it's Ericka with Craftinated, and today I'm going to be going through some boredom busters. So the supplies I used for this project would be my A5 Archer and Olive journal, but any journal size will work. I have pens, and I decided to use a grayscale with Tombos and my microns, but again, anything will work, as well as coordinating washi. Some of this washi is from the Greater Good collection, which I loved that collaboration with Archer and Olive. I'm also using this stencil from the May Archer and Olive floral theme box, as well as the journal stencil and ruler, and my Archer and Olive notepad. I also have a jar, a paper trimmer, and some scissors. So on the blog post, there is a printable that you can use. I made this printable very simple so that you can fill it in with whatever you would like. At the top of each box, you can write whatever prompt you want in there. Maybe it would be activities to do with my children, or things to do when it's raining. And then you can list any ideas you have of things that you would want to do to bust your boredom. To get started, I'm going to do a gray kind of abstract cover page. It's very similar to the printable. It's just something I kind of adapted to use inside of my journal, and I just thought it would be really fun to do the cover page. While the cover page is not necessary, I think they're a lot of fun to do, and I like doing them to start any type of collection. So I just went through and just kind of picked the different grays at random and just colored it in. It didn't take me long, and I think it looks really good at the end. I then took my stencil and I went through and I put in the word boredom busters. So I like using stencils sometimes just because it looks really finished when it's done, and adding this like open space that you can color in and make look even a little bit more abstract is always a lot of fun with doing fonts, and it's super simple just to use the stencil to do this. Once I used the stencil, I then went back and I finished up the lettering and kind of closed all the gaps, and then I added some more abstract items to the bottom portion of the letter, and it's just some dashes, and they're not really going in a straight line, they're kind of all haphazard. I then just filled them in with some gray, and then I put a line and 2 dots at the top. So that is how I did my cover. It didn't take me long at all, and it was just a lot of fun to do. So now on to the boredom busters. I did 6 different categories. I did indoor activities, outdoor activities, creative activities, activities you can do in your journal, free activities, and cheap activities. And the reason why I wanted to break it up this way is going to be very apparent later on when I get into one of my ideas that I did with this. So after I finish writing them at the top, I'm going to put some washi under each one, and this is going to kind of designate each one of these different categories. And I'm just going to go through what each category says. It's also going to be outlined in the blog post, so don't feel like you have to write this down. It's all going to be spelled out back on the Archer and Olive website, as well as the printable. So on the indoor activities, I have read a book, write a letter, play a card game, listen to a podcast, color, make a time capsule, do yoga, take an online class, do a puzzle, and bake something. Under the outdoor activities, I have go for a hike, start a garden, go to a park, chalk art, have a picnic, go for a drive, go to the zoo, mini golf, disc golf or frisbee, and visit a fair or festival. And I did spell festival wrong. Under creative activities, I have start a scrapbook, knit, practice hand lettering, learn a new skill like crochet, paint rocks, write a story, draw something, make cards for your friends or family, decorate a cake, or make jewelry. In the activities in my journal, I have read old journals, try a new medium, start a new journal, catch up on your current journal, sketch out your next month or week, do a doodle challenge, start logging gratitude, brainstorm future ideas, swatch your pens, and swatch your washi. Under free activities, I have go for a walk, window shop, free concerts, play a board game, bike, volunteer, call a friend, visit a virtual museum, meditate, or organize. And under cheap activities, I have home spa day, get a cup of coffee or tea, go to the library, visit an art museum, go to the movies, try a new budget-friendly recipe, visit a botanical garden, go to a farmer's market, arrange your own flowers, or go get ice cream. I tried to pick activities that could be good for any age as well as any location. I didn't put go to the beach or make a snowman. I wanted to make this very broad so that it can help you make some ideas for yourself. However, those local ideas are perfect to put on here. And my categories are not to limit you. You could also do categories like things to do with my children or to do around a holiday. Whatever works for you and whatever's going to help you get out of that boredom kind of funk. I did decide to go with a monochrome color scheme because I really thought it would be fun to kind of bring that sometimes what people call boring, like gray, and make it a lot of fun and turn it into our boredom buster spreads. The next thing I'm going to do is a really fun little tracker we can put into our boredom buster spreads, and it's boredom buster bingo. So with the boredom buster bingo, I'm just doing a basic grid on my page, and then I'm just doing those same letters that I did at the beginning for the bingo word itself. With this bingo spread, you can put up to 25 different items in there. Now, since we had 6 categories and 10 items for each category, we have 60 items. So if you wanted to put them all on a bingo spread, you'd have to do 2 and you would still have a few left over. This is a great idea to see what you've done already, especially if you're wanting to try different things and go different places and not keep doing the same things over and over again. You can also use this bingo spread and tell maybe your child or somebody you're with, like, hey, pick a bingo letter and pick a number 1 through 5, and then that kind of just randomizes what you're going to be doing that day. The rest of the bingo, I did not fill it out completely at this time, but inside of each of those squares, you're going to put down something that you want to do. So at the end, you're going to have 25 different activities that you can do, varying, and that you can fill it in. You can color it in gray when you're done to say that you've done it already. I then did the same abstract lettering, and I just really thought it was a lot of fun. So that was the bingo spread. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some little tags to put into my jar. So I used the B5 size notepad, and I just went up the whole thing with washi, and I made 60 tags, 10 of each washi. And you'll kind of see why I did that in a minute. But I cut it at 6. So they're each 6, and then I cut it in half at 3. So each one is as high as the washi and is 3 inches long. So once I've cut my notepad down, I'm going to take all of those pieces, and I'm going to cut them along the washi. So it's going to make lots of little tags. I'm going to end up with 60 tags, 10 of each colored washi that we can then use our journal spread to write down the different things on the back of the washi. I really like the idea of doing this jar because then you can just throw everything in there that you have on your boredom buster list, and then you can pick things out at random. I also like having them color coordinated or washi coordinated to the different activities, so then you know if you're picking an indoor or outdoor activities. Perhaps the weather isn't the best today and I only want to pick an indoor activity. Then I won't pick the ones that have the black grid washi. Maybe I don't want to spend a lot of money today, so I want to do a cheaper free activity. Then I know to look for the black and white checkered or the white grid washi. That's why I wanted to do this with my pieces, and you could do something else. You could do a symbol, you could do color coordination, whatever works for you to make sure that you can designate which ones mean which. Once that's done, I'm going to put them all inside of my mason jar. And then I'm going to give it a good shake and we'll see what we pull out. So it looks like I got knit and start logging gratitude. So that is how I am going to bust my boredom. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Please use the hashtag Archer and Olive community if you recreate any of this spread or if you use any of these ideas, and please let me know what your guys' ideas are below. I would love to know how you are busting your boredom and getting out of the mundane. So thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.